Today's lesson is on the properties of equality. There are 4 properties of equality: the addition property, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And as you see, I started out with the same expression on both sides of an equal sign. -7 plus 5 and 2 plus -4. And if we work both of these expressions out, -7 plus 5 is -2. 2 plus -4 is -2. So these are equal right now. So what the properties of equality say is that if I add the same thing to both sides of the equation, such as if I add 3 to both sides, then we end up with -2 plus 3 equals -2 plus 3. So the answer would be 1 equals 1, which is true. So when I add the same thing to both sides of the equation, the equation is also true. And here the subtraction property of equality is basically the same thing. We start with the same equation. Both of these equal -2. And if I start and I subtract 3 now, and I subtract 3, I end up with -2 minus 3 equals -2 minus 3. Both sides of the equation are equal if I subtract the same thing. -2 minus 3 is -5 equals -5. So both sides of the equation stay the same. The property of equality holds true when we subtract the same number from both sides of the equation. If we talk about multiplication properties of equality, let's say that I take this whole thing right here on both sides and I multiply both sides by 4. So I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by the same number. So this, of course, again is -2. -7 plus 5 is -2 times 4. -2 times 4 is -8. And we want to know, is it going to stay equal on the other side? So we have -2 in the parentheses times 4, -8. -8 equals -8. So this is true. Every one of these ends up true. Here with division, if I've got -7 plus 5, and then I take the whole thing and divide it by 2, and divide this whole quantity by 2, I can show it this way. Now this is probably the easiest way to show it. So I have a -2 divided by 2 is -1. And again, -2 divided by 2 is -1. So these two end up equal. So these are the properties of equality, and these are going to help us solve equations.